Pawtocol is a global online community of pet lovers that is disrupting the pet industry using blockchain technology while also monetizing data about pets. So with me to explain more about Pawtocol and what actually the company is doing is the CEO and founder, Karim Quazzani. So good to have you here, Karim.
Thanks for having me, Jane.
So tell me, how did you get started in the pet industry?
Well, I'm a pet parent first. Every time I used to go to supermarket or buy the pet treats or food online or supermarket, I always have to read the label 3-4 times and think about, are they saying the truth or not? Especially knowing our pets do not speak. So someone has to do that vetting job for them. And especially when you hear on TV that there's massive recalls, food contaminated, pets are getting sick, some of them even died, heartbreaking stuff. So I wanted to see if there is a solution to it. And knowing, as you know, I'm a pet parent. So around 2016, a friend of mine told me you should perhaps look at the new technology called blockchain. I took a quick look at it. I was like, wow, this is a groundbreaking technology. It solves for trust. And that's what the problem is in the pet industry. So I went down the blockchain rabbit hole, as they say, and fell in love, and I combined two passions in one: blockchain and my being a pet parent, and Pawtocol was born.
Awesome. Okay, so explain to me how it works then. And you've got a product, the blockchain dog tag. So explain how the whole thing works. How do you use blockchain for pet lovers?
Okay, so let's start with how Pawtocol is. What is Pawtocol? Pawtocol is made out of two words: paw and protocol. What we're trying to convey or accomplish here is show that in order for us to solve this massive trust problem, we need to solve it at the protocol level, at the ground level. And PAW and protocol created the protocol that solves for trust in the pet industry. The traditional pet industry is dead as we all know it. There's, transparency is not there. And we said, hey, let's create this trust protocol so we can have anybody that wants to be transparent enough and serve this rising community of pet parents that are looking for truth and quality products, this would be the place for them to transact. At the same time, we are deeply committed to the ESG standards, environmental, social governance. You could say that we are the first people that will embed that on the blockchain and serve it as a tool for any ethical consumer or a brand or a company that is willing to serve this rising ethical consumer base. So Pawtocol is an ecosystem made out of communities, not companies. So we're turning the entire pet industry into a community where pet parents get to call the shots, equipped with a computer code that solves for trust.
Yeah, and then you mentioned about the recalls. In fact, there was just one this week, a recall of pet food. So there's a way to use the blockchain to make sure the products actually have in their ingredients and are created and sourced the way that they say they are. That's how you're using the blockchain? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then and that's the blockchain dog tag?
So the blockchain dog tag is think of it like every technology needs to have that touch and feel. Blockchain dog tag is a perfect presentation for a regular person. We call it grandma proof, that can actually enjoy the benefits of blockchain without understanding blockchain. So you take for instance, the blockchain dog tag, it's a pet tag. It's good for cat lovers as well, just reminding everyone. The blockchain dog tag is a simple scanned QR code that any iPhone or any Android phone can do it. It basically connects your dog tag into the blockchain database. Your pet information will be stored for life on the blockchain. Unlike those old websites where you buy nice looking dog tags and 3 months later they go out of business and you're left with a useless serial number. The Pawtocol blockchain serves a lot more than that. And that also provides you the ability to store your pet's data, your pet's vital signs, your activities. Your dog walker could clock in by simply scanning it. We're making that interaction around the well-being of a pet.
So how does the information get on the dog tag then?
The information on the dog tag is connected to the immutable database. And the dog tag basically just, when you scan it, it just takes you to that data storage, and that data storage is connected to the blockchain. So every time someone in the protocol system needs information about the pet, it'll scan the dog tag. The dog tag will take it to the information if they have permission, of course. For instance, vets can have information if they're allowed. The pet parent has a button that allows people or even companies to advertise to them, which we will talk about that after. Even anyone that is requesting information about the pet parent, as a guardian, gives them permission based on if they feel like it or not. Just like you go to a vet, you give a vet a permission, the vet gets to see what dog treats they ate, because you get to scan all of the dog foods and the the product labels, and that creates a history, or could call it a pet lifestyle type of thing. The dog walker could also clock in and says, oh, there's information that says the pet took a nice little walk at the park, and at that park the temperature was around 70 degrees, the vital signs. All of this data starts creating amazing information for the vets to do a better job, and also for the ecosystem to get smarter and start extracting good information that could be used to prevent and make the pet live longer and a happy life.
Yeah, and help other pet owners too, I assume. As you gather data, everybody can kind of learn from it. So now you mentioned real quickly monetizing that data. How does that work?
Well, think of it this way. I'm not going to call names, but the majority of these big companies are using us as product. We are the product, actually. Oh, yeah. So we create a lot of data during the day and at night and on our daily lives, and that data is used by them. What we're doing is we're simply providing a tool for pet parents to basically monetize their data. So it's a way of saying, hey, your data has value, and we're giving you the tools to extract value out of it. That data would be used on the ecosystem as a form of an in-app currency. For instance, if you go to a vet needs to know about your pet's data, not just the vital signs, but the daily activities, where you live. This is important information for them. So vets are telling me data is gold for them. So they're willing to exchange data for a first free visit. And that's what we're doing with a pilot program in South Florida, where we will start basically giving anybody that has a blockchain dog tag a vet visit for free, because the vets are dying to get to know their neighboring pets, and they're willing to offer a free visit just to get to know their pets, because once they get to know their pets, they enroll them into that yearly program. As we know, a family doctor stays with you for life, and a vet is no different. So they advertise to the pet communities around them, and they spend a lot of money via Facebook ads and pay-per-click, but at the same time, they're not getting those walk-ins they want. So we're just connecting these two in a very nice, trustworthy way.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned the currency. So that's UPI, right? That's your in-app currency. Okay, so how does that work? We'll go back to the grandma analogy. So I have a pet, I'm interested in this. What's the first thing I do to start using Pawtocol?
UPI stands for Universal Pet Income.
Ah,
so
oh, wow.
it may sound funny, but your pet gets to earn a living now.
Yeah.
So think of it, if Pawtocol were a country, your pet will be the most, successful entrepreneur in that industry. So we make it in a very gamified way. It's a very simple way to play. So think of it as pet parenting, or taking care of a pet now is a video game. Anyone can interact with it. Call it the Grandma Candy Crush, that anyone can use it. Our UI and UX, user interface and experience, is designed for you to feel like you're playing a video game. It's no longer taking care of a pet. It's full of rewards, buttons, fun, this and that. So once you onboard yourself on a Pawtocol as a pet parent, you start getting notifications that, hey, there is something here. Hey, there is a play game here. Hey, there's a reward for a pet that is lost. So you can participate in the crowd verification, where we can all go out like Pokemon type of game and interact in the parks and get to know each other. It's a social play as a video game that solves the trust problem at the ground level without popping the hood. Just like you go to a mechanic who wants to explain to you what the engine is, and no, he said, I don't want to know about the engine. I just want to drive the car, and I want to make sure the car drives from A to B. So what we did is we took the blockchain talk aside, and we gave it a very nice facade, which is a video game type of feel. And people can just interact with it just like a normal Tinder app, let's say. It just follow the instruction, import information. If your pet is eating the treat, upload it, you get rewarded. If you took a walk in the park, upload it, you get rewarded. All data you bring in has value. We extract it for you, and we just tell you, hey, there are people that are willing to buy this data. If you're willing to sell it, you can sell it to them. We're just a platform that connects you to another advertiser or another service provider, or call it a pet food manufacturer that is looking for quality control, and we turn you into that quality control army by simply giving you a gamified way, like a video game type of feel to interact with the community.
Okay. And so let's say I've collected a certain number of the UPI coins, then how do I spend them? What do I use them on? How does that work?
Well, first of all, you can have a vet visit, which is already a real use case. This isn't a spaceship like everyone else talks about in the blockchain space. Everyone is trying to sell you the spaceship that is going to planet Venus. We're very realistic, so we made it into a reality. So your UPI will be used in the ecosystem. For instance, pet visits. We're working on bringing in dog walkers also, as well as pet manufacturers, treats, and everyone else that are looking to cater to the ethical consumers. And most of these small companies cannot compete against the big monopolies. They really have great product. Most of these local suppliers have great products, and we're onboarding the unserved in the pet industry. Call us the ethical version of the pet industry, where transparency and honesty is rewarded.
Well, I think that alone sets you apart from some of the biggies, is having the transparency. Okay, so how does somebody find out more about Pawtocol, and anything else you want to add about the company?
Yes. Before we go to where to find us, I'd like to dedicate my deepest thank yous to the amazing human beings that do animal rescue. Without them, the word pet parenting wouldn't be called. It would still be called pet ownership. We are serving them. We are dedicating all our efforts to make their life easier. And Pawtocol system has a lot of tools for them to have their animal rescue in a gamified and fun way. And we want the American people and the world to support these amazing people. And we are there telling them, hey, we are here to support you. If you guys need any help and any add-ons to the system that can make your life easier, please come to Pawtocol.com. You can pre-register there as a pet parent or as an animal rescue, as a company that wants to serve ethical parents. And follow us on Twitter and Telegram. The information is below our website. And hopefully you guys, hope we'll see everyone soon.
Well, and I know a lot of people adopted pets during the pandemic. So that was a huge thing. So, there's a lot more people out there that are pet parents now than there were a year ago.
Correct.
So thank you so much, Karim, for
pleasure.
joining us. Very interesting. Best of luck. And I look forward to getting an update in the next few months.
Thanks for having me, Jane.